Alright, so the first two videos I did actually did not come out at all in any kind of decent quality. I was getting a few frames per second. I tried recording while I was doing a file transfer, transferring everything to a 1 TB SSD. Uh, Not too far in this, I just quickly done the, startup little tutorial. The first real mission is here at the farm. This game is 2 years old, just had its 2 year anniversary. Essentially, blue or subquest. I'm thinking about going to this hunter first before I go to this town. The game is pretty simple. As far as the mechanics go, keybinds are pretty much the same as you'll find in nearly every other game that has survival aspects. The goal of this game is player versus environment. There is no real PvP in this. Good size map. Everything's located on here. I will probably be using a webcam for this. I was debating it until I seen how it's set up. The only thing that really comes up in the top right corner where I like my webcam is tooltips and stuff, which completing the tutorial pretty much knocked all that out for me. Uh, didn't miss very much, just me going over some few basic things, just kind of getting established in the game. Nothing major. Game runs pretty simple. Uh, did forget to do one thing in the video that won't be published due to quality issues. I actually had done a drop off on some items, so what we'll do, we'll quick travel back over to our safe house here. That is where I've established myself. It's the first main uh safe house you come across. If you look, there were collectibles in this area. I still need to find the one collectible. But the Molar PP takes the 32 ACPs, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring all of them. Same with the full metal jackets, just in case we do need them. Believe that will be about everything we need. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that will be good. We'll need to try to find us some first aid kits. You can craft in this game. I'll go back over that shortly. For now, I'm just trying to get moving. I'll kind of walk back through the crafting and recycling things that you can do in this game. Go over how to mod your weapons, things like that. Hopefully we can find a mod for a real world application to it. But basically the goal of this game is to fight off robots. You're in Sweden. That's the area of the world this game takes place in. If you look at the map really quickly, you will see that it has non-American names. The map is pretty good. Do not know if we can leave the archipelago region yet. Uh, we'll kind of focus on the main storyline as we go to try to see about that. I know previous videos I had watched about a year ago when this game was getting some good updates, you could still not leave this region. Do have most of the DLCs and extra content for the game. Adds a little better crafting system for clothes and stuff, bicycles for traveling. Thing about bicycles is you need to really stick to roads for them. They're a little wonky. If you crash one, your character's pretty slow to recover from it as far as getting up. So it's a good idea not to have any combat going on while you're near the bike or trying to ride the bike. Which is why I didn't bother with it. I'd really like to see that kind of get a little better on it. It seems like some of the physics are a little off with it still. But this was a subquest. We had picked up a note that explained this guy wanted to move out of the area over, where was it? not the farm. I believe it was he was living out of this area somewhere over here. We had found the note over here at this property. But anyways, he wanted to kind of move off, go do some hunting, get away from the area he was in due to the robots. But we're going to quickly just grab everything. R is quick loot. We'll just go ahead and take anything out of the chest we come across. That's why I wanted to make sure my inventory was completely empty before heading out again. You do have a weight system for this game as far as I'm sure there's a max cap on the number of items you can carry. Scale that real quick. Let's go in here. I'm going to kind of move through this very quickly. This is kind of just a little side area. Not necessarily anything you would actually need to do during the gameplay. But we're just going to quickly go through, loot, run, and try to get on. However, gathering resources is important. You want to kind of keep it coming in as you're going, as you get schematics, things to be able to make. Other items you will definitely want to have. Always check around back of stuff, check boxes. You never know where there's going to be a crate or a bag you can loot. Nothing in there. Left control toggles your crouch. I need to rebind that. I stated in the video that I'm not going to publish that left control for crouch is hard for me to use. As far as hitting that key with that pinky. So now we have the shotgun, we have our rifle, and we have our standard pistol. Uh, Pretty straightforward. Shotgun's 12 gauge shotgun, takes 12 gauge ammo. You can get different styles of ammo. In fact, if you look, it says in the switch ammo. I can switch between full metal jackets and hollow points for this. I did not keep any of the 7.62 ammo on me for the rifle. You'll want to pick up pretty much any radios, anything like that you find. You can use them later to scrap them, get resources. Like I said, I'll go over how that works and how to get the components, things you need for it. Because you can't just scrap stuff. You have to have things to scrap things. So, uh, we'll go over it in some good detail. For now, just grab whatever I can. Don't want to spend much time here. I just wanted to quickly get the rifle. Do need to start turning the friend stuff off while I'm playing. That way those alerts stop popping up. But just minor things to help improve it. Try not to break the fourth wall as much as possible. You do want to take any food items you come across. They will regenerate health for you slower than the first aid kits. But the first aid kits are definitely a must. Hoping I can find... In fact, let's pull up the map here. What do we have in this area? I do not believe there is actually anything here that I need to focus on. If you look, for example, there at the top, there's collectibles in areas. This does not seem to have any collectibles. Same with here. I collected 2 of the 3, so I'll need to head back over to the ferry pier. The church, I'm having problems locating that collectible. I did find the collectible at the workers' barracks. I believe the farm has 3 collectibles as well. Pretty much all these bigger areas are going to have more collectibles. But anyways, let's mod a weapon really quickly. So I opened your inventory. We want the hunting rifle. We go to our attachments. We did pick up a sight. We got a 1x4 scope. You can just click on things if you're not sure if you have it. It will not open anything unless you have a mod for it. We want to keep our scope on there. And as you can see, there's ammo. If the ammo's grayed out, you don't have ammo for that weapon. Everything does have attachments, including your binoculars. You can get vision attachments to help you with it. Using binoculars is a good idea if you're going up. I'll go over the skills really quickly. The binoculars will actually tag stuff for you and give you stats if you go up in the tech tree, which is a tree I would really recommend if you've never played this game. Just because it will help you deal with the robots a little bit easier. You get a few things from it. They'll also help you with your loot. But decent pair of binoculars. We can zoom in, zoom out. You know, don't really have much as far as our views go. We don't have any of the attachments for it, but the tech view will make it easier to see any of the robots. Alright, continuing on, let's see. Yeah, we're going to go up this mountain. There's typically actual paths you can follow. They'll usually circle around and take you up places. Not sure if you can, what I refer to as Skyrim it, where you can jump, just catching certain parts of the graphics. As well as, I'm not positive about fall damage, so I'm trying not to do that. But it does seem like it's doable if you catch it right, but not necessarily a fan of trying to do this, because if you don't catch it right and you fall, definitely going to probably take some damage. But to speed things up, we'll kind of do it anywhere I think it's safe. I'm going to head over to this little, kind of, maybe 2-3 little sheds. Possibly houses, but they look pretty small. As far as I know, I don't think there's really much you can collect just from the actual environment itself. I don't believe you're gathering plant fibers, anything like that. You're always going to be looking for a actual resource container. Alright, so we're going to hit 2. That's going to bring up this. We're going to take us a look and see what's up here. So we got a big guy right there. Well, they've seen us, so we're going to have to get started here. Just take a few shots if you can land them in the weak spots, which are their quote-unquote head area. You can damage certain parts of them to slow them down. These are your basic, just kind of tier 1 enemies. Just little dog-style robots. You do want to be looting them. They give you ammo, resources like steel and stuff, which you do need. You do need schematics, things like that, to actually do any real crafting. But you need it in quite good quantities typically, so we want to make sure we're always gathering more. As you can see, there, you know, when you're out of combat, you will get your experience at the end of the combat. Pop up like that, shows you how close you are to a level. That lockpick will do a lot of good for me. I'll quickly show off the skills here in a second as soon as I do a quick run through of this. Yeah, this was just a small little encampment. Once again, you can crouch, kind of get in places. You never know where a collectible or something is going to be. Wasn't paying much attention when I got into the area to see if there were any collectibles here. Either way, you'll be able to see it on the map once you've actually went somewhere and opened the waypoint for it. Get nice little assets like that here and there. I'm going to try to keep these videos to maybe around 20 minutes each, just for quicker upload times, and try to keep the wasted time down. for if they don't record good or something. I just don't want it to be 30, 40 minutes of my time wasted. I'd rather it be 20 minutes between each video. I have got better about kind of watching short clips to make sure everything's coming out good. I haven't really had any major issues. I should have knew better than trying to record while I had some files transferring. I transferred my entire Steam over to an SSD. That was like 300,000 files that needed to transfer. So wasn't the smartest thing on my daily list of stuff I should have done, but gotta learn somehow. So we're gonna head down here. I see this little burning build or car tank building something down here. I want to check that out. Got everything I needed from the camp. The camp did not give me a waypoint marker, so that is going to typically mean that there is nothing collectible wise there. So we got us a little robot guy down here. As far as you can see is basically as far as you can shoot with the pistol. It's kind of your starter overpowered gun basically. It will keep up with even some of the tougher robots, especially if you can do something like that where you use the environment to help you. These little skitter bots are hard to see, but you definitely want to kill them. There's challenges. If you notice, I'm still in combat because I have not, there we go. But there still is one over here. He just lost direct line of sight from me. Alright, so great thing about it is destroying vehicles, things like that, do not actually destroy the resources, except the actual car. So typically you can loot underneath the hood, get some steel or something out of there. That kind of goes away when you blow the vehicle up, but that's a small loss because you're not going to lose any of the actual loot that's going to be the more valuable stuff. And it makes it a little easier to loot. Just try not to step in the fire like I'm doing. Environmental damage is a major thing. See if there's anything here we can salvage up. Does not look like it, so we'll check this out. Usually you can, yep, open these. Be careful when you open these. Sometimes there will actually be robots inside of them, so don't just open it, run straight in. Make sure there's no yellow beam scanning for anything. The robots all have a yellow scanner. If you see that, that's going to be an indication there will be a robot in there. Sometimes you'll see it through the actual cargo container, which is a dead giveaway. Sometimes you just need to listen for them, and you can hear them actually making sounds because they're metal and they're walking on a metal crate. Pretty obvious. If I haven't mentioned it, I am playing on adventure mode, which is basically the easiest setting, kind of just your explorer, have a little fun, nothing too complicated. The game has a option for difficulty scaling, so the better I play, the harder it will get. I just wanted to be in adventure mode to kind of get it started and going. I actually done a pretty good tutorial on it, how to get it started. Unfortunately, those videos were about 2 frames per second, look like a slideshow, so won't be doing that. For this, if you see, this requires, where'd it go? If you look at things too long, lockpicking skill is required. Check out our skills. Lockpicking is right here. We need skill points, which, as you level up, clearly you get skill points. Before I try to go down this line, over here, we're going to want to go ahead and get the Inquisitive Mind, get the XP earned bonus. Spotting Intel was the first one I went to. I have level 1 out of 2, so I can indicate the difficulty of the enemies. Distance isn't too much of an issue at the moment. Not really going for long range targeting or anything like that. If I can sneak up on one before they're right on top of me, I will get the binoculars out and kind of show you how that works. We're going to continue up here, see if we can find some small little just hit and go resource containers. There's fast travel. I can just simply fast travel right back to the safe house when I'm finished. There is no penalty for fast traveling as far as I know. Can only fast travel where you've been, so it wouldn't make sense to penalize you for utilizing that. But we're just going to check our nooks and crannies out here, pretty much out in the boonies. So I don't predict finding too much. So, real quick, I know I'm getting shot at and probably ain't the smartest thing to do, but we can look at them here. If we go here, though, it's going to tell me the difficulty, status, things like that. So, let's go ahead. Trying the shotgun would not be smart from this distance. And go ahead and take care of that. We do got more over here somewhere. Probably one of the small skitters, if I had to guess. In fact, it is. I just heard him. Take him out. These small guys typically can't be looted. This game runs super smooth. This is something I might try to actually start live streaming if I can get the video bitrate, everything set up properly. The stuff you get out of these is completely random. It's not generated. So in one world you might find like I found a silencer in that last bag, but if I create a new world, come exactly back here, the odds of it being a silencer again, probably 0. But let's quickly take our loot off of these guys and keep moving. I'm going to try to do probably 5 videos or so just today and slowly upload them. I got the weekend off, but clearly I do the live streams with Mushroom Gaming. And if you haven't checked his channel out, please give that a follow. That is the live stream channel where we are typically live streaming 4 to 5 days a week, as well as he does drop single player content here and there. If you like strategy games, he does a very good job at explaining how they work, as well as understanding how to play them. But we do our community nights on Saturdays typically. Anybody's welcome to join in on the games we have if you have it. There's really no requirement there. Just kind of hop in, join us, have a little good time. As you can see, I've completed this to 100%. Pretty sure that gives you a nice experience boost for completing an area too. But let's look at what we've got so far. So if we go over here, basically got the same thing. You want to kind of check, make sure you didn't get an attachment on the last one. I did get a attachment for the Mauser, so we're going to go ahead and put that silencer on it. You do got to make sure it's what you want to do. Clearly everything will change things, but that is going to be our go-to for stealthier things. You don't have to make it stealthy. You can, if you can find it, you can get like just standard muzzle brakes, things like that. That are going to make it louder, more noticeable, but I believe the damage output is slightly better. Would like to see dedicated servers for this. There is co-op multiplayer in this. However, I'm not sure what it connects through. I know a lot of times the Steam party for playing games together can be a little bit rough if your internet is having any kind of major issues. Uh, just a nice little house asset here, not much to do with it. That is a big boy. Let's go see if we can do a little damage to him. I believe he should be the one with the sniper rifle, so I'm gonna have to, yep, he has the 7.62. I have my health on 5. We're gonna heal up and try to keep moving to dodge anything, see if we can draw him in a little closer. Got 5 shots with this. We can take what shots we have. There is not bullet drop in this game, so aim straight where you want to hit. And always go for the red lights. If some of these guys will have the actual red lights in the center of the body, top of their head. So these are soft point rounds. These are not going to do near as much damage as the last rounds I had, but they definitely will do some damage. And we are out of his range for him to locate us, so I can kind of get some free hits in here. Oh, this is a 243. Actually, I thought this was the 7.62. There's a higher powered hunting rifle you can get. That would explain why he is still standing. Still gonna output a little bit more damage than the pistol, especially at this range. And there we go. Swap back over to the pistol. So, you can't swim in the game. Just want to quickly show that off. You look for the grassy reeds area and you can simply just run through it. No penalty really for trying to swim. You're just going to respawn on the shore right where you were walking. Try to see if I can get me a slight path up here. So, cool thing about these guys is they have like this pneumatic sword as well as their rifles, so pretty fun to fight up close and personal as long as you can avoid them. Clearly they can pounce just like the other smaller dog robots. They will pounce on you and stab you with their little sword. Does quite a bit of damage, but not enough damage to one-shot you or anything. You can still have pretty low health, and it's not going to just take you out right away. But we're just going to keep on moving. I'm just trying to get a nice little outline going. Clearly, this is the area you start in. So I'm not seeing that there's going to be much more usefulness to me doing this. I'm just going to do a quick run and then probably teleport back if there's not much around this corner. And it doesn't seem to be anything. Not anything of value worth me continuing to run for, because right up here along the shore should be our starting area. So to quick travel, we want to go back to the safe house over here. Click it with left click. Hit quick travel, fast travel, whatever it's called. I'm going to cut this video here. We'll spend a minute in the next video trying to see if we can locate this collectible in this church.